Hi, I'm Noah Gradofsky of Law Offices of Meyer, and this is a brief introduction to PIP recovery in New York. Law Offices of Meyer is a practice concentrating on subrogation and other claims recovery in New York and New Jersey. We cover all lines of insurance. Our website features informative guides to PIP recovery in New York and New Jersey, plus other selected laws relevant to subrogation practice, guides to liquor liability in New York and New Jersey, and newsletters covering recent cases of interest to the subrogation industry. We offer seminars to our clients on topics including subrogation best practices, PIP recovery, liquor liability, subrogation issues related to ride shares such as Uber and Lyft vehicles, and subrogation strategies when the tortfeasor's insurer denies coverage. We'd love for you to become a client. Please reach out to us at 201-862-9500 or nypip@janmeyerlaw.com. Our website includes additional resources on PIP recovery in New York. Please visit www.janmeyerlaw.com/nypip for our guide to PIP recovery in New York, which includes statute text and key cases explaining New York PIP recovery. It also includes a link to our quick guide to New York PIP recovery, a 2-page document designed to be printed on one sheet of paper and serve as a handy desk reference. If you have any questions, we welcome you to email us at nypip@janmeyerlaw.com. PIP is recoverable from an at-fault party that is neither a covered person nor a motorcycle meeting New York insurance requirements. A covered person is basically a vehicle with New York PIP. Almost all New York registered cars and trucks have New York PIP. An out-of-state vehicle is a covered person if its insurer or a related company does insurance business in New York or the company has done the filing. Such insurers must provide New York PIP benefits for accidents that occur in New York and have the same rights of recovery as insurers of New York vehicles. Non-motor vehicle tortfeasors are recoverable. So, for instance, a claim against a bar for serving alcohol or a barn for letting a horse get out into the road. We've had a few of those cases here at Law Offices of Meyer. Recovery is made by a lien against the insured's bodily injury claim if the bodily injury suit is filed within 2 years of the date of loss. If a bodily injury claim is not filed within 2 years of the date of loss, the insurer has a right of direct suit, and the statute of limitations runs beginning from 2 years after the accident and therefore runs through 5 years after the date of loss. It is also recoverable from the insurer of an at-fault covered person if any vehicle involved in the accident weighs more than 6,500 pounds or is used principally for transporting people or goods for hire. This is called loss transfer. The recovery does not come out of the at-fault insurer's bodily injury limits. A rideshare initiating in New York City is a vehicle for hire. A rideshare initiating inside New York State, but outside New York City, is not a vehicle for hire. Recovery is via arbitration through arbitration forums, and the statute of limitations is 3 years from the date of each PIP payment. So, any filing is timely for all PIP payments that were made within 3 years of the filing. Sometimes one PIP carrier pays PIP, and there's another carrier which should pay the PIP, or at least share in paying the PIP. Such claims are made without regard to who is at fault for the accident. These claims are called priority of payment claims. For accidents in New York, PIP follows the vehicle, including pedestrians, meaning anyone in the vehicle or struck by the vehicle receives PIP from that vehicle rather than from their own insurance company. For out-of-state accidents, or New York accidents where the host vehicle or the vehicle striking the pedestrian is uninsured, each person goes to the policy or policies on which they are a named insured or a household member, and all of those policies share the PIP. One carrier pays the PIP and is entitled to reimbursement on a pro rata basis from any other insurer. Disputes between PIP carriers are resolved through arbitration forums. In general, it is important that one carrier pay the PIP first and that any disputes as to who should be responsible for the PIP gets resolved later, so that the injured person is taken care of. The workers' compensation system is primary over PIP. However, if a PIP carrier paid PIP, it can be difficult to recover those amounts from the workers' comp carrier. The statute of limitations for priority of payment claims is 3 years from the date of each payment. Some additional notes. Additional PIP, also known as APIP or XPIP, is an optional coverage that adds additional coverage over the standard $50,000 of PIP. APIP is always recoverable. It can be recovered by way of a regular lawsuit, and possibly also by way of contractual or equitable lien on the insured's bodily injury claim. The statute of limitations for a suit to recover additional PIP is 3 years from the date of loss. OBEL is an option for an additional $25,000 of PIP coverage over the standard $50,000, and if OBEL is paid, the recovery rights are the exact same as for regular PIP. In Hunter versus OOIDA, the court pointed out that loss transfer claims, which is to say a claim by the insurer of one covered person against the insurer of another covered person where a vehicle involved in the accident weighs over 6,500 pounds or is a vehicle for hire, applies only to accidents in New York. However, note that the statutory restrictions on recovering from a covered person do not apply to out-of-state accidents. So contractual or equitable subrogation may apply to out-of-state accidents, even if the at-fault party is a covered person. Additionally, note that the statutory lien on the insured's bodily injury recovery against a non-covered person may apply to out-of-state accidents as well. We hope you enjoyed this introduction to New York PIP recovery, and will consider using law offices of Jan Meyer for your future subrogation needs. Please feel free to call or email us at nypip@janmeyerlaw.com to introduce yourselves or to ask any questions you may have. Thank you.